Hello, everyone. This is Holly. Waiting for others to join me. Don't know what happened today, if folks forgot about our hangout, but I hope someone will join before too many more minutes go by. But I was hoping to ask if anyone had questions that they wished to ask or comments about our newly launched, newly designed website. If you have any compliments or questions or suggestions or anything to add, I'd like to hear about it. And I was going to open up your choice for topics today. I have a few books here. In prior classes, we've been using supposedly children's books to practice pronunciation. This is one of my favorites, Many Luscious Lollipops. It's actually a book written to help teach grammar. It starts with an adjective. An adjective's terrific when you want to be specific. It easily identifies by number, color, or by size. So this book is written in a sort of rhyme pattern and is useful for pronunciation discussion and review of basic grammar. And if anyone joins me, I would like to read it with you and practice. I also have a book that I enjoy a lot. It's a nice story, Annie and the Old One. A legend, a story, a retelling, and had hoped it might bring some cultural discussions in. And The Shoemaker and the Elves. When I was in 4th grade, a young girl, I was in this play. And here's Ivan. Hello. So I'm not going to be totally disappointed. Thank you for joining. So just talking about this book and my hopes that in December we might get a group together to practice drama. When I was in 4th grade, I performed in this play. I had a role in this play for my 4th grade class.
But I miss the title.
You missed the title, The Shoemaker and the Elves.
I don't know this.
Don't know the story? You might know it by a different name. But it's a fun play done by many people of all ages. It's a holiday, a Christmas holiday sort of story, a feel-good story. And I thought I might find an online copy of the play with different roles and see if we could take turns performing, practicing some drama. And I talked about a few other books that I had brought with me, and one that I thought we might work with is called Many Luscious Lollipops. And it's a book that was written for fun for children, to teach grammar to children, and to practice interesting words, new words. So it's fun for vocabulary for adults too, I think. So it starts out with an adjective. An adjective is terrific when you want to be specific. It easily identifies by number, color, or by size. So it'll give you a good chance to practice S versus Z and the K sound at the end of a word, and it can be fun. But it's Hangout with Holly, so it can be anything today. So what's on your mind? What did you want to talk about today?
Everything. I don't know. I don't have a topic, a certain topic.
I like the wallpaper behind you.
Yes, it's small innovation in my cabinet, so it's under the progress.
So what big change is going to come to your room?
It will be two parts. The one for
Ah,
my work, and the second one is some playground for my boys.
oh, okay. And I see you have lots of exercise and play equipment
Yes,
behind you
yes,
there.
yes. It's all the things were in their room, but now
Mm,
we want to we want more space in their room, and that's why we take it in my place.
okay. And the fitness ball that I see there, I have one, I have two actually, and sometimes use them as a chair,
Yes,
not usually during class because I tend to move a little bit when I'm on them. But do you use them sometimes as a desk chair?
yes.
No.
Yes, I work mostly from computers, and it's bad because you sit always, and
Yes, yes, yes.
that why part of day I sit on fitness or on fitness ball. Part of day I stay. I have a table with two levels, so
With two
few
levels?
yes, two levels.
Two levels, okay.
So for sit for work stay when
Okay.
you stand. Yes, it's
Yeah. Are you able to work well when you're standing up?
I choose a simple task for it
Yes.
for this.
I don't last too long, unfortunately, when I stand. I like it because I can kick my feet out and do my knee bends and get some real blood circulation going. But my back hurts quickly if I'm typing or working
When
intensely.
when I started it, it was just a torture. But now it's okay. I can work for few hours and don't feel anything wrong.
Mhm. Mm. And when you're working, if you're exercising in that space with the bubbles, I'm smiling as I look at that look like bubbles behind you on the paper, and I'm thinking whether I would be thinking of happy, reach up higher to the sky, or if I'd be thinking sweat droplets coming off my brow. But I like circles and ovals, and so it appeals to my taste. uh,
It's just a random walls. I don't care too much about it. So it's just a random color.
mm, uh, and have you seen the treadmill desks that some people use?
Yes, but I I cannot imagine how to work from it.
Yeah, I actually had the chance to sort of try, because at one, I guess it was at a gym somewhere, they had it was a portable treadmill, a more portable treadmill than most, and um, someone had a laptop and they rigged something up so you could sort of see what it would feel like. And I actually think I could make that work fairly well. My problem would be balance, I think, because I might be grabbing the table periodically because uh,
I don't think that it's possible to walk and walk in same time. I tried a lot. I have a treadmill actually, and I
mhm.
tried to read something from my
Yeah, reading
table.
is hard. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's impossible to read. It's impossible to write, and it's just it's like 90% of my work. So it's impossible. If maybe it's good for Skype or phone calls, but that's all.
I've tried to write poetry while I'm treadmilling, and my writing is atrocious because you're moving. Yeah, it is challenging to read clearly or to.
Yes, I
Yeah, I
think
lose
it's.
my place constantly when I'm reading from a treadmill.
I was thinking a lot about it, and I think that it's better to walk less than walk when you're walking, because it's the same progress.
Work less or walk less?
Work less is better than work when you're walking.
Yeah. And when I walk outdoors, I want to let things go. I don't want to be focused on something else. I want to be observing the world around me. I have several neighbors who walk, one with her Blueberry, and she's always on a business phone call, and another who's studying language all the time, and I have done that sometimes, language tapes, and then another who's often working in his mind, and he doesn't even doesn't see me or anything else going by, and I need the let it go time when I'm outdoors walking. But I need to work out more. I have to find a way. I've been trying for years, but
Yes,
it's
I
a
know it's
battle
hard.
to build in the time off of this darn device. Yeah.
Yes, usually my dogs help me. To walk.
And boys, I imagine they can help too. Distract you. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So do you work from home completely, or do you work from home some days of the week?
I have an office, and I go to my office when I have a hard conference, when I need to talk to many people. But when I need to write something or read or do some code, I always do it from my home because it's much less distraction and so on.
Nice. And more presence for your boys, which is also a good thing. So how much snow do you have there now?
It's funny because yesterday we have minus 27 and big storm, so it's almost impossible to go outside. And it was like half meters of snow for one day. But today is +2 and snow is melting, and it looks very crazy.
So a lot of fluctuation in the weather. Seems to
Yes.
be a November typical pattern. We have not seen any of that snow yet. I don't want to, and we have not yet.
I live on mountains area, and sometimes we have a wind from North Ocean, sometimes from another place, and that's why the weather drastically changed.
The mountain weather will do that. Pronunciation-wise, mountains and mountainous, an extra syllable, mountainous. So you live in a mountainous area.
So it's Ural Mountains in the middle of continent, and we have everything. Sometimes we have wine from North Ocean, sometimes from Asia, and so on. So it's you never know what to expect.
And do your weathermen make any effort to be fairly accurate in their predictions, or do they just give up?
I don't know. Since I was a child, I don't care, don't believe it anymore, and I like to see through my window, and that is my prediction.
I should follow that advice. I'm not smart enough. I'm still one of the reasons the weathermen give their reports all the time. So their accuracy is not quite impressive, though.
Yes, I do a lot of mistakes, but at least it's my mistakes, not someone else.
So if you were to describe, outer space, what are some words you might use?
Outer space. I'm sorry. You mean
outer space, up there in the sky? What are some vocabulary words that relate to outer space?
Vacuum. So what else?
Vacuum?
Yes, vacuum. If you're talking about something very high.
Okay.
So vacuum, cold, and what else?
Cold. But sometimes hot. Some places up there are very hot. You get too close to the sun or to a star, and it gets hot.
Depend of sun position. If you have a have a sign in direct vision, it will be very hot. If no, it will be very, very cold. So what else? Clouds. In Russian, we have a lot of words for clouds, a lot of. But I mean,
do you know? Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll be spelling these correctly. That doesn't look correct. But cumulus clouds and cirrus. I'm not sure of my spelling for clouds, but we have many types of clouds as well. I don't think my spelling is correct.
I think it's correct because my dictionary shows the translation.
Okay.
Yes, so English have all the same too, but I just don't know.
Yes, and supposedly we can predict the weather by these types of clouds that we see, but
I don't know this magic.
Do you know meteor? The word meteor?
Yes, meteor, planet. So
have meteors ever landed in Russia that you're aware of?
The last one, Chelyabinsk, maybe you heard, it's very close to me, and I saw it when it's fell down.
You saw it when it was coming?
Yes, I was walking at morning with my dog, and I was really surprised. What is that?
Yes, I would imagine.
Yes, I was thinking
nothing I've ever seen. Yeah.
I was thinking it's just a rocket or something, or some spaceship or something like that. And when I went to home, I tried to Google it, and there are no any evidence in internet at that moment.
So it was fairly recently. And did you hear it? Were you close enough to hear it crash?
No, I didn't hear anything, but it's about 200 kilometers from me. But in the sky, it was a very big ball, red, and it was something unusual.
Wow.
But that is the only one what I saw during all my life.
That's more than most people can attest to. So it was bright and fiery red as it fell. Wow, that's kind of exciting.
Yes, and it was enormous big. I did not expect anything in the sky so big sized.
And are they still selling little pieces of meteorite?
I don't think so.
But buy little pieces of the rock.
I don't know exactly, but I never heard about any particles, so probably not.
And is the area visitable? Is it a place habitable where you can get to?
It's somewhere in the forest, no roads around, but it's possible, I think, if you have a goal for that. But honestly, it's nothing to watch.
Not to see where it landed and how deep of a crater it left. And they say that sometimes the meteorite rocks have special properties, which I think must be especially fascinating today as scientists know more and more about how to determine.
Maybe I'm wrong, but there is no crater because it's a place with box and so on. So it's just water came back, and no craters is visible.
No craters, huh? Certainly they'd be able to see from a flyby. Wow. So I always envision when a meteor lands that there'll be a strong crash and a deep crater and mystery.
The nearest town have a lot of construction was damaged in the nearest town to this crater.
So now strange stories should come. So when a meteor crashes, you need mystery and weird stories about strange things happening and little green men wandering the forest. And what else was released when the meteor crashed? Sci-fi of the past. Now we need new science fiction stories. Yeah. There are so many satellites orbiting now. They actually talk about the litter of satellites up in the sky, and I wonder what we are doing, or if we really know enough about what we are doing. A new kind of pollution, and what will happen if they all start crashing into each other and we all of a sudden lose our capabilities that these satellites, these expensive satellites, are bringing us.
Yes, but it's these satellites are very useful. Are very useful for many reasons.
Yes, yeah. A big loss for us to have to rebuild from if we lose them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the science, but at least global position systems and so on.
Right? Yeah.
It's changed. It's changed a lot. When I was a child, I have a lot of problem to walk in the forest. Now I have a navigation in my phone, and everyone have, so it's not a problem.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. My husband and I, on a recent hike, we took our old-fashioned compass, and we're trying to remember the correct way to find our way by the compass. It's so much easier just to pull out the iPad.
I think my boys will be not interested in compass or maps. I mean, paper maps or something.
Not interested. So are you not teaching them? But see, I think they are skills that people
honestly,
still
we trying to teach our children to it, and we have a special trick for that. I'm with my other adult friends. We making a map of pirates treasure.
Pirate's treasure. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
And somewhere in the forest we make a pit, put a lot of candy and
love it.
Yes.
So they have a chance to discover it. Huh?
Yes.
Only if they follow the map and learn the skills. Beautiful.
But it's always easy because we do a lot of marks on the path. So on the trees, on the and so on. But when we're trying to make it for 1 or 2 hours long for just to have a good walking in the weekend. So it's and they like it very much, but I'm not sure that it's it's useful in terms of positioning, in terms of orienting and so on.
Yeah. But you might not know what benefits it has or will have in the future. Do you know the term geocaching? Has that caught on there?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you ever stumble upon something left by someone else?
I have never found anything, but we made some treasures by ourselves when we traveling.
Yeah. It is, in so many ways, consumer-driven marketing measures certainly use the GPS, but there are so many ways in which it is helpful, and I think broadens your mind as far as travel possibilities or the connections that people have in different ways. And the maps that are created to study from, I just think school is so much more exciting because you can pull data and look at things in different ways and understand statistics better. And
Yes.
A lot of magic that I don't want to lose. I know I have a bit of fear of taking electricity off the grid as part of someone's future evil plans, and try to imagine what it would be like to have months to live without electricity. It would be a very different world. There's a lot we depend on without giving it a second thought. Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to live so long without electricity, because for now we have everything. We have diesel generators, we have a lot of things, and now electricity is like a food. When you lost it, everyone is
Yes.
concerned about it, and government work for you, and special rescue teams will try to repair it, and so on.
Now, part of me almost wishes they would try that, because it sounds like it would be less evil to people's lives than the murderous things happening in too many places. But who knows? It would be much nicer if we would just find some adventures to solve our problems. Like someone unhappy, you're unhappy with someone, you make them have to chase a pirate's treasure to get to get a solution, to get something they want. You send them on a goose chase, make them work harder, and realize it's nicer to talk nice to each other than it is to be miserable.
Yes, but it's have never worked in all of human history.
Nope. There does seem to be some wonderful little thing about we humans that continues.
But I think it is the thing. We are humans, and that's why we're so cruel.
And then, of course, we have the opposite side of that, where we can be very generous and nice too. So here are some more vocabulary words from our Luscious Lollipop book. It's a very odd book. So do these words bring any stories to mind? Weary and wounded, bearded and bandaged. Good vocabulary, pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
Weary.
Weary, weary.
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 Yeah. A special member of our human race. Weary, wounded, bearded, and bandaged.
Wounded, bearded, and bandaged.
Do your sons like to be bandaged when they have minor little scrapes and cuts?
Mm.
Do you decorate them with bandages?
Yes, just today he play with, like, he pretend to be pirate, and he has one eye.
Pirates seem to be a common theme. One eye, yes, a patch over one eye.
It's because the new year is coming, and in his preschool they asked him what kind of costume he wants, and that's why we're thinking about pirate today. And play it, but it's a very hard game for me, because he always stabbed me with his knife. And I'm trying to teach him to make it safe way, and so on.
Does he use a real knife or just a rubber plastic
No.
knife?
Happyfully no. It's not real. It's not real, just a decoration, but
he likes that part. Yeah. Something about that type of activity that seems to still be in our instinct back from the days when we had to do such things to survive and catch our food. So he likes his eye patch. Does he wear a scarf bandana over his head?
Yes. He has
okay.
Yes. He steals my mask for sleep and make it and made the ice patch from it.
Okay, so this is an irregular verb, so not stealed but stole. He stole or borrowed, right? He might say he borrowed. We've had some interesting discussions about those eye masks on Loop. A very divided group of who likes them and who doesn't like them. Do you wear them most of nights, or just when you're napping or flying? Or?
No, it's I never nap or sleep in that. It's for same reason for to work on computer. It's I have heard that it's better to look in the black to look into dark than just close the eyes for rest. So sometimes I wear it and looking through it to the dark, just for
Really?
yes, just for having rest for my eyes, and it's helped me a lot.
Ah, hmm. I have not heard this. So you have heard, not heard, but heard.
I have
I
heard.
have heard, um, and it's better restfulness for your eyes. So you still continue to blink, and
It's better
but you're
because it's another activity for your eyes. When you close it, the I can't explain. The circle is have a small radius, but when you look to dark, the circle of your eyes have a big
Mhm,
radius. And for
mhm.
some reason, I don't know why, it might be it might be
Ah,
helpful.
interesting, interesting. I haven't heard this. So we actually call the black dots of your eyes pupils. It's also a word for students, but we
Hmm.
use the same word for that part of your eye,
Hmm.
the pupils of your eye. So they dilate differently when your eyes are open than when your eyes are closed. So maybe
Yes.
it's less of a strain to return to the computer.
It's just a gymnastic for your eyes. It's just
Mm-hmm.
exercise for your eyes.
Yeah.
And
I
have
know I try to look away and look away for a certain number of seconds
yes, yes, that's true.
frequently.
I have a special timer which ring me just have a distraction.
Ah,
Sometimes
I do the same trick. Yeah, yeah. It really helps me a lot, my little timer.
yes.
And I set it, I'm a weird person, so I set it for 71, 71.
Hmm.
I never go more than, I try not to go more than 71 minutes and 71 seconds without doing some kind of run up and down the stairs a few
It,
times, go
it's
outside.
it's
Yeah.
good for your muscles, maybe. It's good for your body, but not for your eyes. What I have heard, what I have heard, you have a
Mhm.
short interval for eyes. My timer ring every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes,
Oh,
I
wow.
I look through the window, or I wear the mask just for few seconds, just to have
Hmm,
a I can't
interesting.
explain it. Just just have a
Yeah,
distraction for my eyes.
yeah. No, it's very smart. Yeah, I do eye movements certainly more frequently than that, but that's my get my butt out of the chair and exercise timer. And I try to keep consistently not sit here too long. I used to work for 4 or 5 hours at a time without getting out of the chair, and I try really hard not to let myself do that.
Yes, I know. No, it's very, very,
Uh,
very bad. It's good.
yes.
It's good when you're young. When you're young, you just
Mm.
don't
But the
notice
But
it.
it's not good when you're young because then you make it a habit and it's harder when you're
Yeah,
older
yeah,
to
yes.
break that habit. It really is something the working world is learning to try and teach
Mhm.
differently starting in the classroom. Many classrooms are getting rid of their desks or have stools or have window seats, have different options for the kids to uh, make that a habit, because sitting in a chair is the habit I learned in school. Sit still, shut up, feet flat on the floor, face forward. And now we know that too much of that is not a good thing. So part of the new lessons we have to teach our children. Uh, so an adjective can describe a thought, an idea, or an emotion. So I challenge you to name a thought, an idea, or an emotion. And let's see how many adjectives we can come up with to describe it.
Mm, I'm not sure that I understand, but let me try. So, it was a sad thought
A sad thought? So what was the sad thought about?
about, I don't know, about his birthday.
His birthday. Ooh, okay. So he might have felt dejected disappointed. The gift, he received a gift or didn't receive a gift, and the gift was pathetic.
Yes, or just a counter is too big.
Or
Just a counter of years is too big and make
too old. Okay, I'm thinking child, obviously you're thinking me. Okay, so wrinkled. Age spots, riddled with age spots. This is an expression you may or may not be familiar with. To be riddled with something, you can be have lots of age spots, which I do have lots of, more and more and more and more wrinkles and more challenges of my decision not to wear makeup. I look at myself and think I need to start wearing makeup again.
but honestly, I never understand why it's bad, because my very very fond, very calm remembering of my grandmother when I was a child. He have a lot of wrinkles, age spots, but it's what I loved. I loved to sit on her knees and listen to all the stories. And
same for me, but I don't want to be that. I do and I don't.
Yes, I'm just talking because there is no negative context for me in that.
Nice. Okay, so the birthday, too many candles to blow out on the birthday cake, or no one remembers, or I forget.
Not enough guests on the party.
Yeah, too few guests. Yeah, or the guests were also old, aged, decrepit. Do you know this one? Decrepit, old and decrepit. Weary often comes to mind. Boring.
Boring is very tricky for me. Boring is very tricky. And I always try to make something like present continuous. And I write, I am boring. What I'm trying to say, it's like I am in progress of getting bored or something like this. But it's
yeah, but you're saying that we don't want to be around you because you are boring.
Yes.
You're describing yourself rather than how you feel.
Or sometimes I when I start to learn English, I ask it, are you boring? For example, what I mean, is it not interesting around you? Right? Yes, but it's very tricky.
Yeah. Many of these verbs give the same challenge with the gerund form. Yeah. Not your intention, right? Yeah, so when talking about emotions, so sad, you can be very sad. You can be
rueful.
Yes. Birthdays can do that. As we get older too, that's a good adjective to use. Yeah, so there are a lot of excellent adjectives. All right, so you've already talked about some and few and many. And you can add details. Mesmerizing. Mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing. I don't know what is
it. So when you mesmerize someone, you can't take your eyes away. You're the opposite of boring. You are so interesting that I'm just glued, I'm mesmerized, hypnotized.
Hypnotized, yes, I see. Hypnotized.
Not too many things mesmerize most people, actually. I think whether you're young or old, there aren't that many things that can mesmerize you. What are some things that mesmerize many people? Maybe campfires or candle flames can
Mhm.
often keep someone's attention for a long time.
We have a joke. Let me try to translate. Maybe we have something like this. There are three things which you can watch endlessly. How to? It's a fire. It's a river. It's a water, and it's when someone else doing your job.
Okay. Yeah. Stare at the ocean, stare at the water, stare at the fire, and somebody else doing my job. Okay. Yeah. Wouldn't work for me, actually, but it's a good joke. Yeah. Now, weather is a word that has many adjectives. So let's see how many weather adjectives you can come up with. It is a day.
It's cold. It's snowy. It's hot. It's rainy. It's cloudy. I'm not sure about
Cloudy,
myself.
cloudy.
Cloudy.
Mhm.
It's cloudy. Um, Another Russian proverb. If you're talking about proverbs, there are no bad weathers. It's all about
There,
human.
there is no such thing as bad weather. um, all about your attitude towards it. Yeah, I have friends who use that sort of advice frequently, or try to. When you're talking about rainy days, what are some different types of rain?
Mm,
Drizzly,
drizzly.
foggy, foggy, foggy. Uh,
Okay. Well, I don't- for us, it's just rain or not rain.
come on, you can have a downpour. Uh, you can have raining cats and dogs. You can have uh, sleet. Do you know sleet?
Sleet, yes.
Icy rain. So it can be icy, foggy, and be miserable, but it's all in your head. uh, some people use the colors gray, gloomy, wintry weather, summery weather, sunshiny weather.
It's maybe wet or,
Yes,
or,
simple, wet,
mhm,
dry.
or dirty, maybe.
Why my camera won't stay where it's supposed to be. It's bopping all around today. I must have something on the wire. So our day today is partially cloudy. This is our weatherman's favorite adjective, I think. Partially. Partially
Mhm.
sunny, partially cloudy. Okay. Crystal clear. Sometimes we use this to describe water or sky. Sparkling or sparkly. Also to describe a day or water. And here's a new challenge. A puzzle.
Puzzle.
Any kind of puzzle you can think of. If you ask a question about a puzzle.
Mm. Short time ago, I write a post about riddle of alphabet. It was
Ah,
on loop. It was a
yes.
puzzle.
Yeah, a riddle or a puzzle. So you could ask me if I remember what that post was about. And you can tell by my expression, perhaps, that I'm struggling to try to remember.
Yes.
I'm going to fail that quiz.
It was about it was about my boy who starting to learn the alphabet, and
In the
now,
elevator. The
yes,
elevator.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Now he's looking the letters everywhere, just
Ah,
in cloud, in the sky, everywhere.
wonderful. I have a goal. I'm trying, as a photographer, I'm trying to capture the alphabet, the entire English alphabet in nature, both lowercase and uppercase.
Mhm.
And I've had most of it, but not all of it. So whenever I see grapevine going up a tree, I take that picture and bring it home and try to find different letters in it. Okay. Yeah, fun. So puzzles and riddles. Do you like solving riddles?
Not graphical, not images, not
Hmm.
images. I,
Okay.
sometimes I like to solve some math questions like that.
Mhm.
Some mathematical riddles. Some of them very interesting. Some of them easy to formulate but very hard to solve. And I like
Mm.
this one more.
Okay.
When you can explain the task to everyone, but to to solve it you need a special knowledge of something.
All right. Joanna has a recent post still waiting for some more answers. Krina gave some answers. I don't know if you found our riddle group or puzzle group or math group. I forget where she posted it, but there are some fun math puzzles, and you'll quickly realize that I'm a dunce when it comes to solving math puzzles, or I solve them in what makes complete sense to Holly, but doesn't make sense to anyone else. But I enjoy doing them. When I was in university, two of my math professors started each class day with on the board would be some riddle, some mathematical riddle for us to solve, or a visual puzzle for us to solve. Well, here's a fun one that maybe lead to some interesting discussion. Shoes or footwear. What are some words to use to describe shoes? Apparel for your feet.
If you don't mind, let me show you examples, the instance of puzzle which are very easy to formulate, very easy to explain for everyone. I put a picture into our chat, and there is kind of map, uh, some random pieces on that, and the task is you need to color the map, then each common border, each border have different colors, and the theorem is uh, it's enough to have 4 colors to color any maps.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So unrelated how complex is map, you need only 4 colors uh, to paint it, and no borders with the same color.
Ah. Ah.
I spent a
And
lot
so
of time.
you give the problem by trying to draw a map and see how many challenges you can have. Wow. And that works, huh? Now I have to test it.
I know
Interesting.
I know
Yeah.
this theorem from time when I was a child, and I
Ah,
spent tons of
hours, huh?
papers,
Trying
tons of
to prove
papers.
it wrong.
Yes,
Ah,
trying to make an example of map which you cannot paint in 4 colors, but and so
ah.
it's good for children when you can easily
Yes.
formulate such tasks.
And you remember it from that. That's the best. Those are the best lesson. Satisfaction in the hunt to learn and the make it interesting and relevant. So do you still do that? Do you look out at some new map you need to create for your son to find And can it be done in 4
now I
times?
know the solution. Now I know the solution, but
Uh, huh, huh.
but
So by
when
solution,
I
you
was young,
mean
when I
mm,
was trying to solve it, I always have a feeling that I very close to make an example which
right, right,
ruins
proves
it.
it wrong. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Disprove that theory. Make the teacher wrong. Always a strong motivation. Yeah, yeah.
So
You know, that reminds me though that this is something that is happening in many, many classrooms is the children are proving the teachers wrong because of technology and whatever their interests are. Some of the games kids play teach them things that their teachers never learned and don't know. And facts change. The news is available so quickly that
yes.
textbooks are outdated, lesson plans are outdated.
Yes, but it's very good strategy for teacher not to be right always. When I was
Yeah,
when I
if
was
only teachers would agree with that more often. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. When I was in my university, we have one teacher who, after the whole semester of some math theory, told us that I made a few mistakes intentionally in all these lessons. So you have to find it. And
Mhm.
it was a big challenge because we got used um, to believe in our teacher, and now we know that he made a few mistakes intentionally, and you
Had to watch and catch them, huh?
yes, and you need to find it because it's because it's needs for your examination,
Uh-huh. I
and you
haven't found the magic for that with English. um, too often it just leads to frustration because they find mistakes that are not mistakes instead of finding what I hope they will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that makes you want to learn, and anything that makes you want to learn is wonderful. Sorry, my darn throat is giving me trouble today. So here's an adjective. See what noun you can describe as remarkable. What's something remarkable?
remarkable man, remarkable politicians, politicians. I don't know how
Politicians? Remarkable?
politicians. No,
Remarkable politicians. Remarkable in what way?
mm, of some actions, of some solutions.
So do you think of remarkable as a positive or a negative?
I think it can be both, but I think more about positive.
Yeah, usually used for positive connotations. Something can be technically remarkable in that you want to talk about it and can you believe he would possibly do such a thing? But it's best used for in a positive way. And most people don't associate positive adjectives with politicians, which is
No,
why I was asking.
I think it's about
Oh,
cure. We don't associate it with curing politician, but we like to talk like in past
yes,
there
very
were
true.
many.
Remarkable for what he did with regards to, or what she did here. Yes, okay. How about the difference between expansive and
The second one is pricey, and first one is about space, I think.
okay, good. Um,
But I can pronounce it distinguishedly. If I say
ah,
that, it will be the same: expansive and expensive.
sure you can. You just did. Flawlessly. That's my next adjective is
Flawlessly,
flawless or flawlessly.
without any flaw.
You spoke them flawlessly.
Yes. Your English is flawless.
So how about irresistible? My Polish is not. My English may be closer to flawless sometimes, but how about irresistible?
Irresistible. It's something what you can't resist. So
What's
maybe
irresistible to you or someone you know?
irresistible. My guess it's something what you cannot resist. It's like
Mhm.
she was irresistible in this dress.
Aha, okay. An appropriate usage. What would one of your boys consider irresistible? What can't they keep their hands off of?
Some new toy, some sword, something like this.
Okay. A new accessory for an excellent pirate. All right, so we'll end with food, flavors, flavorful. What's your? Do you like ice cream? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I cannot say because I can't
You
say.
don't know the English?
No, I just don't eat the ice creams.
Don't eat ice cream. Okay. What about favorite flavor of? What else has many flavors? Drink, juice drink. What's your favorite juice flavor? Fruit flavor.
I like something from berries. I don't think if it's juice still. Is it a juice from berries? Because in Russian we have two words. Something from fruit is different from something from berries.
Well, there's nectar, and some fruits give a nectar, like apricot is thicker. A nectar is thicker, but berries usually is a juice. If you pick lots of berries, you usually will end up with some juice in the bottom of your container and can be crushed to get the juice out of them. Yeah, so there are so many berries around the world. I would love to taste more of them. Do you have poisonous berries in your area?
Yes.
There's some that you have to teach to be careful of.
That's why we don't allow the children to collect it, and we have a lot of fair story about this.
Yeah, we have a few here to be real careful of also, but so many delicious berries. Yeah.
All our not all, but most of delicious berries we have in special places, like on plants. Like it's artificial. It's artificial place for delicious berries. So
an artificial place?
I mean, it's some garden for berries or something like that.
Okay. So special, specially planted, not available just out in the woods by nature's. So tended gardens. So you don't have places where you go for wild blackberries or raspberries or.
We have, but most of them, maybe I'm wrong, but most of them related to hard circumstances like bogs or something like that. So it's not very safe to collect it.
Yeah. When we pick blueberries, we're always watching for the bears. The places we go to pick wild blueberries. Here in our yard, in our woods, we have quite a few wild blueberries and huckleberries, but the birds get them before we do. Most of the time, they seem to catch most of them. Yeah, but but fresh berries are wonderful. And our hour is gone. So no one else joined us today, but I'm glad that you were able to join in. And now we both need to go exercise our bodies and eyes.
Yes.
All right. So have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.